Welcome back to the Melbourne Strength Culture Podcast, number one in the hearts and number one in the charts. We are at Nexus Performance Gym, the brand new gym on the Gold Coast with Will CROZIER and MIKKI. How are we doing, guys?
Very good.
Yeah, feeling good, ready to go. Yes, welcome to our nice little setup.
Yeah,
this nice and snug.
For those watching, this is the Nexus potty room,
the whiskey room.
It's the casting couch.
The casting couch, Tank's casting couch, and it's cozy with the four of us and our setup. Our setup is pretty robust. We've got cable management problems definitely on the floor. No one's allowed to move their feet. We're not allowed to move the mics, but we can move this fucking conversation. That's what we can do. Yeah,
that was
I didn't know where we were going. I didn't know where we were going.
You did it. You followed through.
You've had practice.
All right.
Yeah, but firstly, congratulations, guys. You're newly engaged. Talk us through it, Will. What was the process? How'd we go? Were you nervous?
There wasn't, of course, nervous. There wasn't much of a process. Not that type of guy. There's no plan. I just knew I couldn't hide it for long, so I just, as soon as I got it, I'm like, nah, ASAP. Get it done so that I can't fuck this up.
Yep.
So there was none of your type business filming it and like setting it up. And I'm like, no. Like no plan, just go in.
I'm all about Instagram. If it's not going to be on Instagram, I'm not doing it. So I had to. Yeah.
Well, absolute clout.
We actually didn't publicly share it until a few days later as well. Like that night, it was on my birthday, and we got back home, and then that night I was on the phone to my parents. I didn't even tell them then.
Oh, really?
Nah. I waited
not even the family?
Nah.
Wow.
I just didn't want to make a big deal out of it. And I said that to my mum the next day, and she's like, make a big deal. It's been fucking 9 years. Let's make a deal out of it. And I was like, all right, well, had a bit of a chat with everyone and told you and a few other close friends and family and stuff. And then we went public the day after when I was actually in a mood to deal with the influx of comments and conversations.
It's actually crazy. I've never experienced so much love since we did that as well. Family reach out, old friends reach out. It's really nice. It is really nice.
Yeah.
MIKKI texted her mum and she's like, how long do you reckon it'll take her to ring me? And I'm like, why would she ring you? Like it's not really a whole lot to talk about. And like literally within 2 seconds.
I just took a photo and then shared it to our family group chat. And then mum was on the phone straight away.
Yeah, 100%.
She knew beforehand because my brother picked up the ring for
nice.
Will. So my brother told mum. So she was just waiting in anticipation for when it was going to happen.
Yeah. Oh, well. Congratulations, guys. Very exciting.
Congrats.
And I'm looking forward to the wedding. I've just invited myself, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we're not sure how we're going to do it, whether we're just going to elope and bugger off and then have a few people there or...
We can elope if you want. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, easy. I'm
still
coming to
Laura
that.
Too?
Yeah, I'm still coming to that.
You and Laura are going to elope as well, though?
Yeah, why not? We'll double it. Yeah. Speak for Laura, but why not?
2 for 1. 2 for 1 weddings.
Easy. But all right. I wanted to talk, obviously, because we went to America.
Just before COVID. We snuck that in perfect timing, by the way.
But you guys had always planned to do the American trip. And then I just swoop in, take your plane ticket, take your man, and go and take trophies over in America.
I still hold you to that as well. You stole my last holiday.
Yeah, 100% before COVID.
Jamie is the biggest dog of the trip there. That's what I'm putting that out there. You're going to talk about dogs.
I'm the top dog.
Stole my trip.
But yeah, we obviously had a lot of fun. And we've spoken to Thomas from Thomas' perspective because he came over and wrapped your knees. Remember when he just flew in?
Oh, man. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you don't have to. And then he's like, no, I want to. I'm like, yeah, really? Like, you want to do a 20-plus hour flight?
Just to wrap my knees.
Wrap my knees and then do a 20-plus hour flight again less than 24 hours later. And he's like, yeah, I love it. I'm like, okay, well, fuck.
He loves you more than it.
Well, that proved to me, like, he's the man.
He's the GOAT.
He's a...
There we go.
Goat
spec.
handler.
There's a lot of goats on your spectrum as well.
So many. Endless. Everyone has a category. Everyone has a category.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That was a good trip.
It was incredible. What was the actual competition called? I can't even remember what it was.
Record Breakers?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it used to be Reebok, and I think at that stage Reebok had gone no. And whatever it was, Slingshot.
Slingshot, yeah, with Mark Bell.
Yeah,
and stuff.
got Mark Bell, Herbie, the crew there.
Yeah. But
Dan Bell... Dan Green was just down the road, but he didn't rock up.
Yeah. Dog.
It's like the Record Breakers is like
Dog
that's
green.
like the who's who of powerlifting. Yeah? Like or was.
Yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, it was a
big event.
Yeah.
It was a massive
called
event.
Record Breakers for a reason.
Yeah, exactly.
You're there to break records. They pay you to break records. So people were there to...
squat high.
That too.
People there were squatting high.
Love that.
Will didn't though, did you?
Will crushed it. 385.
Easy 385.
Yeah.
Definitely not high. No, nobody got the side angle, so I can
think
just claim that.
if I was obviously watching the live stream because I wasn't in America, but the comments, the comments coming up on the thread were like, "Oh, Will's the only one that's holding the standard here," and like Australia represent, like.
Damn right.
I remember the comments. People going hard.
Yeah.
Hard. Like just ripping all calls.
Oh, poor Herbie.
Everything.
Herbie got done. Feel bad.
Herbie. He was a shredded individual.
Remember when we were weighing in?
He has one layer of skin. That's literally...
He's built like a monkey.
Yeah, man. Just like a chimp. Just like... yeah, crazy.
We're weighing in and then you could tell he was fucked. Like just fatigued.
Oh, yeah, from the cut, yeah.
And then I asked him, I said, how'd you cut? And he was like, he's competing at 110. He's like, I was 125 last week.
We're interrupting this program for a quick word from our sponsors, which are Get Going. Get Going are a nationwide health and fitness company that have serviced over 10,000 clients and growing. Get Going have reached out to us to offer you an opportunity to work for Get Going. They're looking for both personal trainers and dietitians to join their ranks. The beautiful thing about working with a company like Get Going is they have all of the systems and structures in place to ensure your success in this field. We know that personal trainers and dietitians have high turnover rates. We see it firsthand with our clients and members in our doors. Get Going have partnered with us to offer you an opportunity to work with them and actually see success in this industry. Finally, Get Going have a very successful lead generation strategy, which means they have constant leads at their doorstep and they actually need help to service these clients. So if you're a personal trainer or a dietitian looking to get into the field, and you can reach out through www.getgoingpt.com.au/careers, or you can simply click the first link in the description box or the pinned comment in the YouTube channel. Back to the program.
That's what I mean. I was talking about this. Like, it's a different... Does this happen in Australia? When Pro Raw and it's the previous day... Was Pro Raw same day weight?
Pro Raw's 2 hour weigh-in.
Yeah.
But even in 24-hour comps, the culture here isn't like that. We don't... In America, it's just expected. Like, Herbie asked me after I weighed in, he's like, oh, you want to come get an IV? And I'm like, man, I eat Maccas. Like, like I was just slamming Maccas, bro. I'm waiting at 117 in the 125s, you know. But
only because you lost a shit.
Yeah, well, this is we obviously left Australia and you were like 120 something, weren't you?
122, 3. That was my heaviest.
Yeah.
That was my bloated mess.
And we rock up in New York, and where if anyone's been in New York, you have to walk everywhere. You're walking down up and down stairs to the subway. You're walking off the subway. You're walking from stop to stop. Like, it's just non-stop walking. And we just had to keep stopping for Will. He just couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
122 kilos. It's a bit of weight. It's a bit of weight to carry around. Fucking going how many steps a day?
Oh, there was crazy amount.
30,000 at least.
Yeah.
He told me that there were a couple of people that actually stopped him and said, like, you're the biggest human I've ever seen. Can I get a photo with you?
Airport.
Which airport was it? We were waiting for quarter pounders and these 3 kids rock up. Or can we take
Chicago.
Yeah.
And I was in line. We just got Macca's. So I got Macca's bag in my hands and they're like, oh, you can get a photo with you? And I'm like, this is Fitzbo right here.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
Man.
I'm like, yeah, go for it. There you go. Yeah, take a photo. His name's Will.
You would have smelled like a sweaty
horrible too.
Sack of balls.
Because we also had the worst seats on the plane.
I feel so bad for you, man. Sitting next to him.
Oh, the plane flight sucked.
He would have stunk.
We had to rotate because I was actually training consistently back then. Oh no, that was sort of the start of the downslide.
Training arms.
That was sort of the start of the downslide for me. Yeah, that was the start of the
sitting
downslide.
Next to you on the plane here was bad enough, and you were in the middle seat. I couldn't imagine sitting next to.
Yeah, but we got positioned next to the toilet.
That would have been difficult.
And the toilet wall was like sort of protruding into the back corner seat, and the two of us were like had to rotate like this way.
Yeah, I didn't have a window because usually I could lean into the window.
Yeah, the little portal.
But we didn't have that, so we had to swap back and forth because we both couldn't be sitting. It was fucked.
Fuck that.
They fucked us hard with that. They went, these guys are fucking it.
Yeah. Yeah. They were expecting Mickey to be in the seat, but then I rocked up. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's all right.
I always get the shit seat too. Like, I'll be like allocated aisle seat or window seat, and I'm like, fuck yeah. And Will's just like, move. Like, so it's just gotten to a point now where I let him sit wherever he wants to sit, like in our allocated spots, and I just like maneuver in around.
Yeah, well, he's got to fit those traps in there somewhere.
Old truck neck, you call
Old
him.
truck neck, yeah. What was it like being at that weight? Obviously, you'd never been that big before. Like, I know what it was, but just because we spoke to Luke Lehman as well already, and he was saying that at his peak, he was 124 as well.
Yeah.
When he was about 24 years old.
Shit.
Heavy.
Could you imagine Luke that
Yeah, it wasn't fun. No, your calves are never having a break. You can't walk. Everything's fucked.
Are you just blowing out shoes? Like, are shoes just fucking breaking?
Everything. Blowing out the
Zion
undies from
Williamson.
the
Undies.
rub,
He
the
jumps
chafe.
and the shoe breaks out.
Yeah.
It's the undies that were the problem.
The undies.
Yeah, not from like shitting
chafe,
himself,
man.
it's the chafe. Like,
The chafe.
It doesn't have Charlie's problem.
But yeah, it was.
Oh, so the chafe on the undies would break the undies.
Yes.
You're literally burning through undies.
The heating
Some
them up.
heavy friction.
Yeah, fucking right.
I remember seeing a Pro Raw. The Pro Raw cancelled. You
Yeah,
come to the gym and you did the air bike. I thought that air bike was gonna fucking combust.
that was
like
my.
the-
That was
your
when I
heaviest.
was heavy.
Yeah.
That was heavy. Yeah, because I prepped into that to prep into 125s, and then
Yeah.
I planned a week out, and I lost like 6 kilos that week.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah,
stressing.
he was like 117 when he actually came in. Before that week, he was like 123.
It's my curse of the 125s. I can't. At both
Can't
times
hold
I've
it.
gone to do 125s, I've lost heaps of weight. Whether it was from us walking around too much, or whether it was from Pro Roll being cancelled and fucking stressing my brain.
Yeah.
It's just I'm cursed. I'm not made to.
You're
be
not meant to be
125.
125s.
Nah.
I don't think anyone's made to be 125. It's just such a big, unless you're like 6'6", 6'7". It's just so much weight.
Yeah.
He's like
It's a
105 at the moment.
Yeah.
though.
What are you weighing now?
107.
107.
So it's
Are you feeling better?
comfy, way better.
Yeah?
Way better, way comfier. Can actually walk around. Don't get puffed out doing a
Fuck off.
set of 5.
Going up the Lennox Heads Hill, you're just like,
Wait, that was a big hill. Oh yeah.
So what's some of the height for some of the big 125 guys at the moment? Like, are they around your height?
How tall's Krishna?
He's only a touch taller than me.
A little bit taller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I think
this
he's
is
a bit taller than me.
Yeah. Krishna?
Yeah, he's like,
No way.
Yeti.
I swear to God. I remember
Nah,
standing
he's
next to him.
He's like 6 foot,
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's
not-
6 foot.
like my height.
But he's like
Yeah.
125
Maybe taller.
now
Yeah.
because we're doing,
Oh, you guys coach him, yeah.
yeah.
Nick,
Yeah. So
Nick
he's,
Dupree's, who's arguably the best one. Like you know who Nick Dupree
Is he the South African?
Yeah, fucking gigantic. Yeah, he's my height. So like it's possible,
Yeah.
but you have to.
Yeah. It's not comfortable. It's possible. It's just not comfortable. Yeah.
I would say to be a 125, you've got to be like 6 foot plus.
Oh,
Big boned.
plus.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
6'1", 6'2" is kind of the
To
average.
hold it naturally.
And then, like,
Not
you look at,
naturally.
like, Ryan Williams, for example. I think he's, like, 6'2", 6'3", or whatever. So, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
Like, he's tall,
Yeah.
but he fills out the class comfortably, whereas you just look like a fucking nugget, like, thumb walking around the streets.
That's what you want.
And obviously, Mickey, you do a lot of the thumb.
Spy Kids.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
I call him Wilbur Baggins as well, because he's a little hobbit. Like, he's got fat little hobbit feet.
Fuck,
He's-
what's this podcast?
Bill,
turning into?
yeah,
Shit on
Will.
me.
What was I'll call him Bill Boner, I think.
Fuck yeah. No, that's a good one. I like that. I still roll by that sometimes.
Yeah. I was going to say, because Mickey, obviously you do a lot of the nutrition side of the stuff with some of the bigger guys.
Yeah.
What sort of strategies are you implementing with these guys? Like, how do you get the calories in them? What's the
I try and keep it as simple as possible, really. Like, a lot of people try to overcomplicate, like, high-calorie foods and stuff. And I was listening to one of your podcasts on, like, your cheat.
Charlie's going to cop it here, isn't he?
It was just pasta and
Charlie, his cheats
it's
sucked.
simple stuff. But I mean, like, pasta is one of those things that it's like it causes a lot of bloat and fullness. Like, keep it real simple. So when Will was on his 6,500 calories, it was couscous, like real low residue stuff, smoothies
Cereal.
packed with, he was having like half a box of cereal, crackers, like easy things that you can just kind of like, Will never stopped eating. That was the biggest thing. Whereas I've got like a lot of
he's a
our
grazer.
Yeah, he doesn't eat like large meals. And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong with it is they try and hoover in like one big meal and then they're done for the day. So it's like just keep it real low residue, real easy things that you can just kind of like continuously graze on.
Yeah.
So like on my roster at the moment, I mean, there was a point where I think I had 4 or 5 guys that are between 140 and 160, 170.
Big boys.
So,
Big.
yeah, it was like
Big
6.5 hours. Like, Colin Wolf when he came on board, I think he was about 180. And we got him down to about
He's a big man.
He is a big boy.
He's a big man.
Got him down to about 150 because he wanted to actually lose some weight and be healthier and stronger. As strongman, like part of his weakness in the events was literally moving.
Just he's so big.
Yeah. Just unfit at that weight. So we got him down 150, 160. He looks a lot better and stuff there. Feels really good. So, for him it was
it's crazy. Like he's come down from 180. He's lost 30 kilos, which is a huge, and he's still 150
He
kilos.
looks bigger though. Like he looks
shredded.
Bigger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jacked.
Shredded for 150 kilos.
Yeah.
Nah,
Thor.
And it was the thing is like I said, just grazing. So he had like 3 or 4 smaller meals throughout the day that were packed with calories, and then it was like things that he could easily drink, sip on, snack on, and just like continuously be pushing that food in. He just never stopped. So it was always full. But never a point where it was like I'm gonna combust. I'm so full type thing.
Yeah,
so
for sure. It makes a lot of sense.
You just
Charlie
gotta get
Athanasiou's high fiber pasta is not the answer.
The high fiber Veta pasta chicken breast
That's
combo.
not the answer.
Yeah, and
fuck off a
olives.
chicken breast, man. Like, go thigh.
Go
At
thigh,
least
brother.
go
Yeah.
thigh. One, it tastes a lot better.
100%.
Like I eat breast simply because like I don't have the room to be forcing in a shit ton of calories and stuff. If so
Breast sucks.
I like it.
Eugene Teo looks like he cooks a good chicken breast. I don't know if you've ever seen him cooking. He must have some culinary skills because he makes some crazy things. But the way he cooks a chicken breast, it actually looks like it would be edible.
His kitchen, like we went to his gym when we were down in Melbourne a couple of times now, and the kitchen that he has in his gym is like full industrial.
Does he live in the gym?
He did. I don't think he is anymore. I think with Katrina down there, he's moved out and actually has a house and stuff. But yeah, his kitchen in the gym, like that was better than like most industrial kitchens and stuff.
He just does things the right way.
Yeah, he does.
Absolutely.
All over it.
He's all over it for sure. Gym equipment, everything. It's an amazing space. He was someone that when we were building this place, we were like,
Yeah, same.
Eugene and Jordan were 2 people that we were like, you have an unbiased opinion on equipment. And so we're going to contact you and find out, like, what do you think is the best that money can buy that we're going to put in our space?
Yeah.
And, like, there's a lot of other people that we could have spoken to, but they all had, like, you know, input from...
Affiliation. Not affiliations,
I'm like,
but
you're going to get a commission back on this.
Or
Like,
even if you own a gym, you're always like, yeah, my shit's the best.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
no, our shit is
I've
the
never
best.
said that before.
Our shit is the best.
Yeah, crazy. No, it's a cool gym, and you guys were explaining that not everything's even here yet. It's going to be absolutely decked out by the time it's done. I would have imagined though that would have been a headache with the current global shipping and just logistical
Just
errors.
delays. Delays on delays.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's a fucking leaf in the container. That's a delay.
No, that was a spider. It was
Spider.
a spider in the container.
What spider was it?
Yeah, it was a spider.
Like a overseas spider that shouldn't be here.
And COVID
Spider-Man one.
COVID spider.
COVID spider.
Yeah.
to lock it down.
Lock
Yeah.
it down.
Hotel
That
quarantine.
delayed our weight plates for a week or so. We had we've got, I think, a total of about 5 tons of weight plates in here. And I'm like, we don't even have the
I wanted
membership
it, if
base
Eddie
to
Hall
support.
rocked up, I wanted it to be like, yeah, we got you, bro.
Eddie, Thor, like world's
like it.
strongest man.
Manifest.
Yeah.
We're all about it.
Yeah.
Coming.
We'll call him out. He'll probably listen to this. It's the number one in Australia. May as well. Eddie
Why wouldn't
Hall.
Why wouldn't he?
Come to
Stupid not
Nexus
to.
Performance Gym.
I still can't believe a fucking spider held up your shit.
Oh, man. Just lots of little shit like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could go on, but
Yeah.
it'd be a shit
Test your
podcast.
patience,
Patience for
journey, self-exploration.
Let's tell Jamie, because obviously you've probably heard all the stories about America, but there's a couple of key stories that need to be discussed because they're funny, but 2, it's just like America. This is America.
Yeah, hashtag, yeah.
Yeah. So we get to New York, and did we fly in from Boston?
No, we trained in.
We trained in. That's
got
correct.
the train.
We trained from Boston and New York, and we're like Will's first time there. I've been there a couple of times. I'm like, oh yeah, you'll. If anyone's ever seen, I talk about it all the time, but Dave Portnoy's pizza reviews, and there's just random shit happening left, right, and center. Like he just stands on the street curb, and then there's like a homeless guy walks past carrying a bag with no arms, and just like there's just random shit going on. So we get on the train, and we're sitting there, and then it was a cup, wasn't it? What was he doing? It was the cup guy.
Yeah, he
singing the song.
did his song and dance. It wasn't actually that bad, actually. I was like, oh, he's got some moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came in
There's
with
a bum on every carriage. Everyone.
trying to make money. So he's got this cup and he's slapping it around and he's singing this song and he's like, and me and Will are like, what the hell's going on here? And then at the end of it, he starts asking for money and it's a pretty packed train. Everyone, like all the seats were taken and a few people gave him some coins and whatever. And then there was a woman and she was like, no. And then he just started firing off.
Yeah, remember he goes, I always get the broke ass trains.
Yeah, he's like, I always get the broke ass carriages. He's like, ain't no one gonna give me money. And then everyone's like, what is going on here? And then this woman was like, no. And she like sort of like turned away from him and he pulled a knife out. And he's like standing in the middle of the carriage. He's like, and he's just going off. He's like, nah. Get the broke ass carriages. Don't want to support me there.
Yeah, because she was like, "No, fuck you. You're the bum.
You're
the guy begging for money. Don't put this shit on us."
Yeah.
And they had this big argument that we got a YouTube video on it. So if you want to watch the full breakdown,
oh my god,
I'll suss
it was crazy. He's got a knife out, and then the woman just looking at him is like, "Leave!" Like literally, just like, get out of here.
Yeah.
And then like a few men like started like, oh, what the hell's going to go on here? And then he gets off. He's like, fuck this carriage, and just leaves.
He was yelling at her
we were
about.
in the middle.
Yeah, and we were like, what the fuck is going
Fucking
on?
hell.
It was the first.
He was here. She was there, and we're like, "Why did you do this?" Like, here.
Yeah, first experience in New York.
First 5 minutes of getting in the door, just pulls the knife out. #America.
Fucking hell.
It was crazy. It was mayhem. Absolutely mayhem.
Yeah,
City of Dreams.
City of Dreams. Yeah.
Wasn't there the comedy show or whatever? The world's funniest. Was
New York was a time. We did heaps of shit. We could be. This could be a 3-hour podcast on just stories. Yep. But yeah, we went to the quote unquote best show of all time. Absolutely. Which was advertised at us, which in New York, people are throwing shit at you constantly, like, take this, take that. And we're like, there's no way this can be the best show of all time at like $30 or whatever it was, $20. And like, yeah, but you know what? I appreciate the enthusiasm. I appreciate the hustle.
Yeah.
The
self-belief.
As you said, the manifestation.
Yeah.
Fucking, this is the best show of all time, hands down. Absolute confidence.
At $30.
Yeah, and we're like, fucking oath. All right, well,
Done.
let's give it a shot. We have nothing better to do.
Yeah.
And we went to it. Garbage.
Absolute trash. Absolute trash. There was probably 15 people in there. Like, you hear about these comedians like doing, like when they're up and coming and they're doing these shows to 5 to 10 people and people are just heckling it. No one was heckling them, but I was heckling them in my head, but I wasn't going to throw anything out there. They're trying to do their job, but I was just like, man, what is going on here? Like, how did we end up here?
Well, I actually remember laughing so hard the whole time because it was so trash.
Yeah.
Like, we're sitting there like, best show ever.
Yeah, I just started drinking. Absolutely mayhem. New York's the best though. I love New York. Absolutely.
Met up with Patty D.
Patty D. Yep.
And the crew.
Smoked weed on his not his balcony, but on the rooftop. I smoked a joint. Pat D didn't smoke the joint. I'm not throwing him there, but a couple of other figures in the industry with their smoking weed, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'll have a drag of weed.
100%.
Yeah, why not?
Isn't that where you went to the?
Went to a mushroom convention with Marcos.
Marcos, psychedelics convention. Yeah.
And it was just a debate on medical use of mushrooms by like
shit house.
Absolute nufties up on the, and we're like, what? And he just profusely apologized to us. Just non-stop. He was like, I'm so sorry I brought you guys
so
here.
were they 4 trippers or against?
It was 4 trippers.
4.
Mate,
So what was it, a
full-blown
debate?
Trip
Top
fest.
4.
They were just
So
it
what was
wasn't
the
a
debate?
debate. It was just like a discussion. It was just...
So they're like, trippers are mad, you should use
It's
them.
just a bunch of guys saying like, oh yeah, this stuff's good. Like, we should use this in medicine and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But it was like serious. Like, we expected to rock up and people are just fucked.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, people just like seeing shit and that, but no, it wasn't like that at all. And then he's just like, oh.
And Mark, he just wouldn't stop apologising. Even to this day, we still fucking laugh about
Nicest
it.
guy of the trip.
Oh, without a
Nicest
doubt.
guy.
Yeah, he's not a dog at all. Not a dog at all.
Nah.
He like pretty much was our tour guide for about 3 days, just taking us around, jumping on trams or trains.
Took us to lunch with Mike Isratel.
Yeah, we had sushi with Mike Isratel.
Wasn't that where Jordan was meant to catch up with you guys?
Yeah,
as
we
well?
were meant to. Let's call him out too, Jordan Shallow. We were meant to do a potty with you, and you were in San Fran all of a sudden. What happened?
Yeah, there's a story. So he was labelled the muscle dog from that trip, his biggest dog of the trip. We called him out constantly, like fucking dog. Even commented on his post. Remember, straight to his face. But then,
He got really upset about that when we
yeah,
caught
but
him
then
up.
later on, when he came to Australia and he met up with us in person, I'm like, yeah, you're a fucking dog. And then he's like, oh, why? And then I told him the story, and he's like, oh, I had like a personal, like a family thing to fly out to, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're not the dog. Dog status revoked.
You're right.
But then now he's taken that. He's taken our fucking muscle dog name and turned it into tried to turn it into a positive. So, he has his Instagram page where he posts up like dogs that he's seen and called it the muscle dog.
Oh,
so
really?
he's tried to flip it on us. He's done the media and just flipped the story.
Yeah, flip the narrative. Now he's the good guy. He's got a kitten at the moment, I saw. He's like,
Yeah.
the Lion King.
The dog.
Yeah.
Still, he's back to the dog. For
But I want to talk about, because Mike Isratel, I'd never met him. I was like fanboying. I'm sitting in this all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant with Will CROZIER at his peak size, Mike Isratel and his partner, Marcos.
Yep.
And we're sitting there, and Mike Isratel nonstop, he's like, man, your neck. Like, he just kept saying, like, man, this guy's neck is massive. Like, just slamming sushi, nigiri, just going down the gullet. Like, it was like a 1 hour just like, of wow, you're massive. Oh, how's the neck feel? Like just eating sushi, and then we just left, and I was like, what the fuck?
We've had lunch. We've had lunch and dinner a couple of times with Mike, and just after events or whatever.
Yeah,
and
it's always the same conversation.
He always gravitates towards Will because he's just like, Will's the biggest guy in the room, and I'm always going to be like, he's like, yeah, fucking oi, Will. Like every time there was a situation where I think his delt was really sore at one stage, and everyone's trying to like bump in with him. And he's like, I'm gonna fucking like.
Yeah,
he gets
but
really.
now I'm
So
scared
good.
now though, because like now he's a jiu-jitsu god, so now you'll probably see my neck as a challenge.
What is it?
choke you out.
You gotta tuck the chin.
Tuck the chin.
I called him Turtle. He just
Turtle, yeah, just bobs in.
yeah.
Turtle shell, yeah.
Tuck the neck. Yeah, the sushi. Or you can eat sushi with Mike Isratel. I forgot about that. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That's what I mean.
I didn't say
This
anything.
could be 3 hours easy.
I didn't say anything. You know how you were a bit nervous meeting Luke Lehman yesterday?
yeah.
I was just sitting there like, how the hell? Because Marcos was like, oh, do you want to get sushi? I'm like, yeah, crazy. He's like, oh, I know this great place. And then like 10 minutes later, he's like, oh, Mike Isratel's coming. I'm like, what? Wait, what? What? And then I literally just sat there. I was just like, oh, nice to meet you. I got a photo with him. And I showed him a photo me and Charlie got with him like 3 years earlier. We had a little photo with him.
Yeah, I've seen the
and
photo.
we were grabbing his chest. We were like holding his tits. Yeah. I'll have to find that and give it to you.
It was
Danny.
super
It
nice.
was
You
fun.
caught up
Yeah.
with a few
Super
cool people
nice.
over there. Like when you're in
So
Miami
many
with
people.
Steffi and Russ. Fucking
Yeah, Russ Swole was there.
Russ fucking.
Russ just rocked up at the gym. We're training and Russ just rocks up.
Yeah.
And I asked him about what he eats, and then remember at dinner, I was like, I'm like, what do you eat, man? You are jacked.
He's jacked.
You are round.
Yeah, he's-
Like,
he's-
but then he told me, he's like, oh yeah, I just usually I don't really eat anything in the morning. I'm not a breakfast guy. You know, start with lunch and then I eat maybe like 2 meals. And then I remember me and Steffi being like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Like, look at you, man. What?
Yeah, Donnie was saying he was training fasted. Like that's his thing. Like he just rocks into the gym and
Yeah, that
does
was where
what
I
he does.
realized genetics. I'm like, fuck, Jim, man.
Yeah,
He's jacked. He is a thick boy.
he looks thick.
and that was like what 3-4 years ago now. So
Yeah, 2019.
Be thicker now.
What's he
Yeah.
pulled? 360, 350.
Yeah, something like that. 780 or something,
Fuck
750.
me,
Whatever that is. Yeah, crazy.
big boy.
And then obviously Jeremy when we were in San Fran. Yeah,
Love that.
Absolutely.
The whole
Wasn't it,
place
is that the
just smelled
servo
of-
guy? The servo guy. He's like half of his car
Saint
was
Jeremy
full of
and
like
Villa?
servo food or whatever.
Such a nice guy.
Oh yeah, he helped us out, drove us around,
Drove us around. It was like a taxi driver. Yeah.
just weed everywhere.
Yeah, he was definitely, that was a pungent smell in that car. Pungent.
It was legal there. It was
Yeah.
legal there. Put that out there.
yeah.
Yeah, loved it. Just couldn't get away from it
Yeah.
if you tried.
No, the whole trip was actually so much fun. I literally forgot about the Mike Isratel thing.
I heard
So glad that
about
got pulled up.
apparently Jared got into a little potential fisticuffs or whatever.
Oh, so we're in Nashville. So
Brown liquor.
yeah, no, it wasn't brown liquor. It was
Tonking
just
it
a
up.
bunch of fucking dickheads.
Just tonking it.
Yeah,
Honky
honky tonks. So down the main strip of Nashville, it's literally just non-stop like live music. Like every bar has a full blown band just fucking blasting tracks.
Yeah.
Um,
And Vegas lights, like
Yeah.
full, like
and we just had a barbecue dinner, and we're like, oh well, I think we watched a game of football or something or basketball, like just on one of the yeah. Oh, we went to that bar that had like all the games. You could play all the little games and stuff. And
yeah,
we're watching
It's hectic.
something.
There's just shit everywhere. Just
Yeah. And then we got out the front and somebody's they were like, "Oh, you're from Australia or something." Everyone always, "Oh, you guys are from Australia," blah blah blah. And we're talking to them, and then these girls were like, just like. And these guys thought we were trying to pick up these girls, and we're like, man, we're just fucking going home. And then they were like, oh yeah. And then there was a guy in a wheelchair, and he was like yelling again, just America being America. This guy in a wheelchair rocks up, and he's just yelling at these American guys, just like, what are you doing? I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, remember you told me how Jared tried to give him the countdown?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll give you 5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds to get out of my face.
Jared.
Yeah.
Try to go, and then they didn't back down.
Yeah. And I'm like, Jared, get the fuck in the Uber.
Yeah, so what happened after one? You're just standing there looking at this guy. This guy's just standing there like, all right.
I'm like, Jared, I don't want to get into this. We're going. Get in the Uber, man.
The sad thing is, though, is like Will had already left, so it's not even like you've got some big size dude there who would not do anything. Will's always said his defensive mechanism, if he would ever get in the fight, is sit on someone.
Yeah, 100%. Crush him.
Tackle and squeeze and hope for the best.
You're going to flare the traps first like a cobra. Fucking
just hope it intimidates.
Yeah, 100%.
Not hope, mate. It will intimidate. 100%. There's no hope there, mate. No hope at all. But yeah, Nashville's a crazy city. I really liked it. And then we went to Alabama and watched the Alabama football game, which was an absolute. We had a full
you
blown
watched half
roll
the game.
tide. Yeah.
To be fair, you watched half the game.
The indigestion is a ongoing joke within people that know me well, but I had 2 hot dogs and I ate them a little bit too fast.
A little bit.
And I was full blown hiccups. I couldn't sit down. Like it was just like sitting in my stomach. So I had to leave. I just walked around the stadium and left them 2 watching the game. And I was just like,
Jared comes back to our seats in the stadium. I'm like, where the fuck's Jamie?
I was in
like,
agony.
Oh yeah, he's gone. He's fucking gone. Disappeared. I
Fucking
thought we lost you for good.
Fucking hoof down those hot dogs though, I'll tell you that much. Holy. Joey Chestnut over here. Yeah.
That's what Will was saying. Is like he like devoured them in like a minute or something like that. It was like who could eat the hot dogs the fastest, and Will's like, I'm not fucking playing this game.
And then we got a text from you because we're like, where the fuck is he? Like half an hour later. And then we got a text and it's just a picture of you with a view from like the other side of the stadium.
Yeah.
And we're like, how the fuck did
I
you
got
get
into
there?
the members area. Yeah, I got into like the student section of absolutely crazy. We nearly met Coach Cochran as well.
That would have been an experience.
So close to meeting Coach Cochran.
He gave us a wave.
He gave us a wave.
Pretty sure he gave me the wink like, hey.
Yeah, hey.
Well, you got a fist
if you're
bump
free,
from,
I've got some space on the team.
Yeah.
You got a fist bump from Stan Efferdine as well.
That was the comp. Yeah, finished on a high.
Yeah.
What else we did?
Mark Bell.
Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon.
We drove to the Grand Canyon and it was hot when we left and we got there it
was negative 2 degrees and we're standing there in shorts and a singlet.
Yeah, because we had the climate control in the car. And we get there, we get out of the car in the pluggers and the singlets and we're like, oh, bright blue sky. Like, oh, it's just still going to be hot for sure. Then jump out and very soon, we realize like, things have changed. Everybody's walking around in like fucking Eskimo suits.
Wait, so what's the go? So it's like hot and then the sun starts to set.
No, so it's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it was fucking cold up there.
It was so cold. It was freezing.
Yeah.
And we're in Vegas. We didn't. They had valet parking. And we didn't tip him, so then they would never take our car again because we didn't tip him on the first time because they just stopped taking our car.
That was your quote of the trip, wasn't it?
Drive it like you stole it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Drive it like you stole it, yeah.
Yeah. Got the biggest car we could for no reason.
Yeah.
Drive it like you stole it.
It was
Did you get Escalade?
I don't know. It was like a huge... No, it was similar like a Hilux.
Well, the rental car, it works different over there. You don't get given a car. You get given go to the car park and just pick a car.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, literally. You just pay for
a flat rate.
You just pay for a category.
Yeah, class.
And you can just, whatever's in the thing, you just take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, there was like...
There were normal ones that probably would have suited us. And then we're like, we're in America here. Like,
got to get in that truck.
Got the biggest truck we could.
have to.
And then Jamie had to drive. I was like, no way I'm driving this fucking thing, man.
You're a terrible driver at the best of times anyway.
My driving record's pristine driving record.
Didn't you get pulled over in Melbourne with Dean and Will in the back of
Yeah, Dean McKillop and Will. Anyone that used to see the Granny Smith, the little white car I drive, and had no suspension, and Will CROZIER's in the front seat. Dean McKillop at his peak, like heavy, not shredded Dean. He's still lean, but big Dean, not bodybuilding comp Dean. And the whole thing just like sunk down. And then we got pulled over for a breathalyzer, and this girl like a young cop like looks in and is just like, what the fuck is going on here? I got 2 ogres in here.
Scraping on the ground.
Yeah, literally driving them out to Berwick. Incredible scenes. Dean McKillop, he's shredded at the moment. Holy
We
moly.
competed on the weekend.
Yeah. How'd he go?
Saw that.
Second, he's pretty
Second
upset
place.
about it.
Really?
They picked
Yeah,
size. They picked
apparently it
size
was-
over conditioning.
They're calling him out again. Calling out. Let's just call out the whole of the UK. Fucking putting Dean down. I don't know what the Fed's called, but we're just calling them all out.
Yeah.
The event was called Two Bros or something. Two Bros Pros. Two Pro
there you go.
Bros. I don't know.
Two pro
Fuck 'em.
bros. Fuck
Fuck 'em.
two bro bros. Dean McKillop is aesthetic.
Yes.
Holy
He's
shit.
He's a rig.
I reckon he's the best rig in Australia. I don't know. I don't know,
I don't know much about bodybuilding.
I don't know much about it, but like looking
Probably,
at
how
him.
many bodybuilders you know in
No,
Australia?
but just
Like
looking
two.
at him, Dean. That's it. You just look at him and you're just like, this guy is like symmetry, bellies, insertions.
Yeah,
He's got it all,
waist.
tight
Oh,
waist.
He's got the
broad
X.
shoulders.
What's it called? The X.
We're the two bros.
X frame.
Yeah,
X frame.
X frame. We're the two bros.
Cap
absolutely.
delts.
Cap delts. Mate,
The delts,
unreal.
I actually said to Dean, my goal for this next year is literally to get glutes the size of Dean's delts.
Yeah.
And he's like, impossible.
Not going to happen.
They just grow. He's like, they have a mind of their own. They just grow.
Mate,
And,
So
he looks incredible. So he came second.
Yeah, dog.
Has he got more comps over there? Normally they do a couple.
Got
Don't
one
they?
in 2 weeks, which he's going to win.
Yeah.
He told me he's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. They told him that he doesn't have enough experience in the federation in order to earn a place.
Oh, that's
Just bodybuilding.
Bodybuilding
politics.
sucks.
Politics.
That's fucked.
That is shit.
Dean's a good dude though.
How's
so
that
he
as
just
feedback?
takes it on the chin,
Yeah,
and
not
he's just like,
feedback.
fuck
That's
it,
not
like-
They
feedback.
pretty much said, "Oh, you're Australian?
Yeah.
Fuck you."
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, unlike in America, like if you hit the numbers, like I was
So
like,
Yeah.
Dean's
Swoop
a
it
lot
in.
like Will. He's like,
Fucking
you
hell.
know what? Like, all good. All right, whatever. Move on. Pair out the pieces and just keep
That
going.
sucks.
Lizzie is a lot like me, and she's like, "Fuck you!" Like, she makes a scene, and she's like, "What the fuck? This is bullshit!" Like,
Oh, that's shit house.
booing on the stage, like everyone's booing. at him.
bodybuilding's no good. No good.
Did you used to do comps, didn't you?
I did 2 years of competing in bodybuilding. Or,
I'll send them through to you. You
Stuff.
can have a montage of Will's
Yeah,
bodybuilding.
yeah, chuck them up. Fuck
Were
it.
you natural then?
Yeah.
You were.
Will's still natural.
What were you weighing? Yeah. What were you
Or
weighing?
natty, probably.
Never failed a drug test.
I
Yeah.
have. I never. It's never.
What weight were you when you were bodybuilding?
Fuck. On stage, like 70
79.
kilos. I think.
70 kilos.
No, I think
50,
it was- I think it
50
was
kilos
69,
ago.
70 kilo. Yeah. And I gained a solid what's that, like 40 kilos within 6 months of switching over. Like, came out of my bodybuilding comp.
Started jabbing.
That alongside fucking
Creatine.
Said it yesterday, man.
that
This trip is sending me in one direction.
Every conversation we've had is just buzz at the end of it. It's like, steroids sound fun.
Yeah, you expect Nikita.
it was that,
Expecting
and
the
then
boss.
obviously bouncing back out of comp, and then switching to powerlifting, so I didn't have to worry about my weight.
Everything. So you put
Every-
how much weight on?
Everything, like there was like 30, 40 kilos in a few months.
In like 6 months.
It was fucked.
How'd your body feel going from...
Terrible.
It was
Terrible.
fucked.
Oh, so
I-
you were dating at this point already?
My calves, I remember like walking like 100 meters and my calves were like cramping. It's like, nah.
So I first met Will and he was about 90 kilos at the start of his bodybuilding prep.
Yeah.
And then we actually separated because I didn't want to deal with him throughout the course of
too
his...
focused.
Yeah, his tunnel vision.
Laser beams.
Yeah. And so then I got back with him after, like, as he was about to step on stage and go through that process and stuff. And
Won it back by winning the show. Nah, actually, I actually came like last. But, yeah.
What's the saying? If you can't handle me when I'm bulking, you don't deserve me when I'm shredded.
I don't think you know...
Bit of a twist on that story.
I
yeah.
like that. That's fucking
Will-
bang on.
Will, during a prep, is a whole new level of...
Bodybuilding prep? Or
Any
any prep?
Back
You got
then,
a
I was
good
just
side of him
neurotic.
because...
I reckon I got the best Will possible.
Because
Will
you didn't
was
have the-
no stress, no weight. We were walking.
Wait, I don't-
Expectations were low.
I don't know how the fuck we went well in that comp. I actually have no idea.
Number one coach, right here, mate.
right there,
Number
right-
one
that was it.
coach.
Number one.
Number
that,
one.
That and just bulk 5 guys for sure.
Yeah.
But the secret sauce. But
Will, during
we
a...
spent 6 weeks doing 30k steps a day plus. Like,
No
fuck.
stress, mate. And you had no expectations. Once your weight started coming down, all of your expectations went. You're like, I'm not going to be big, blah, blah, blah.
I'm gonna go shit.
Our training, we were just like rocking up. Remember that gym in
Oh.
Brooklyn? And it was like a real hard-ass coach. And he's like, he's just like yelling, not yelling, but he's like overlooking, like overbearing this new lifter doing deadlifts. Yeah. And then you could tell the lifter just didn't want to do it. Like he just had that persona like, I'm not confident, blah, blah, blah. And this coach just kept going. And then he like spasmed his back. And he was like on the
strongman gym.
Yeah, and the lifter's like on the ground. And we're just sitting there. And he's about to pull like 350 or something. And we're just like we literally just watched this guy like push this young lifter into the worst possible outcome. Like it was one of the worst things I've seen in the gym.
We didn't go back.
Yeah.
The other gym.
And he was like, give us 5-star review on Thingo. We're like, yeah, I am. No worries, man. See you later. Like, get the fuck out of here.
You know what? That other gym in Arizona where we rocked up and it was like an old school powerlifting gym.
Pose.
Sick cunt.
He got
but
stickers.
Fuck me, he was old school. You rock up and you're like, straight away, here are the rules. If you do this, you're out of here. I was like, bro. But they were stupid rules like, like, don't spill chalk or whatever. Like, you're fucking banned if you do that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, just.
Yeah, I remember seeing a video of that prep, and it was just like I don't know if it was that gym, but I just saw like paint peeling off the walls, fucking shit all over the floors. It looked like a gangster setup.
We literally,
I was actually surprised as fuck. I actually messaged Markopoulos. I messaged him halfway through. I'm like, bro, what? I expected to come over to here to America, the land of the free, and then there's just going to be bulk gyms and like it's going to be sick, and they got heaps of money, heaps of people like fucking worse than Australia. Like the gyms, we couldn't in New York, a city, the population of Australia, hard as fuck to find a good gym.
We couldn't find anything. Man, we literally were getting trains
Planet Fitness.
Like it was actually so difficult to find gyms that he could train at. Obviously, we needed mono, we needed comp spec stuff because you can't be loading non-comps like to 350 squats or whatever we were hitting at the time.
But still, in Melbourne,
that's everywhere. Yeah,
there's one of those gyms in every suburb.
Now there's 2 on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, we've got the best one here.
There's another one. I think it starts with a Z or something.
I think it's PTC Gold Coast. I think it's called.
That's the one.
Nah.
But yeah, Will during that prep you were blessed with a decent side of him because there was no pressure, no expectations. Will was a no-named underdog.
No one knew he was competing.
He was a fucking random kid from Australia. Yeah. And whereas
usually I
over
want to
here,
fuck shit up. I want to come in.
You're still like that. You would have been like that.
Where's Orib?
Sniffing him out.
Oh, he's in second place again. There he is.
Calling him out.
We actually love Seb Orib. We absolutely love him.
Yeah, please come on our podcast.
Please come on our podcast.
Yeah, it must seem like we are like I don't like him or something. But I respect the fuck out of Seb.
We love him too.
Let's make that clear.
We love.
No, Will during pro raw preps and stuff like that is a whole different level of like head case. So
take it serious.
Yeah, but only because there's so much pressure on you to perform and do really well and fucking Australian champ and people's champ or whatever fucking people say. But yeah, Will, I feel like you gave yourself that title, the people's champ.
Anybody that knows me, I wouldn't give myself that
I
title.
thought so too. See, I had an inkling that he gave it to himself, and now it's been, I had no idea. I've never heard it being said before.
I'm just thinking about Will walking into Pro Raw just like fist up. I'm here, bitches.
Boy, Emad, change the music. Emad.
No, it's only because everyone in the scene really wants Will to do well and stuff like that. So they're like, yeah, I want Will to win, especially after the last Pro Raw. That was a shit show. Your last comp at Pro Raw, the one that you actually got to compete at. But
was that the final deadlift? That was. I spoke to Thomas off air about it. That's my favorite powerlifting moment ever. Just that whole thing.
That's why we got the picture downstairs, man. Because it's a story.
I think I've watched the Pro Raw highlights. Like they do the snippets and they show all 9 lifts. I watched that video like fucking 15 times.
We made a really epic series leading into that.
I wish we had Donnie to immortalise that.
That moment.
The story.
Don't worry, Elon Musk will get the Neuralink going. We'll go back.
Yeah, fucking
travel back.
And we'll send Donnie back there and make a sick after movie. Send him back. Yeah.
Get Elon on the podcast. He'd be
easy. Can you flick some fucking
hey champ? come down here, Tiger.
Easy.
He's after Rogan.
Yeah.
Well, we've got the room set up for Rogan already, so you wouldn't even notice the difference of
the red curtains and everything. Nah, this is a cool little spot. It's gonna. We're really looking forward to all the different scenic changes of our potty. We've only got 2 left after this one.
Yeah.
This has been a fun trip though already. Like we've only been here for a day and a half, but it's been awesome. And thanks for obviously giving us your room for the couple other potties, and also organising Hattie. It's a big in.
Yeah, she's good. She's a good egg.
Yeah, absolutely.
She secretly she wanted to come on the whole time. She's just busy, you know.
Yeah, no doubt. She's she would have a lot on her plate. You tell us that she's the hardest trainer.
Oh, she's
the hardest worker.
She is
beast.
Just so on. All like, come to the gym, you try and talk to her. She's, no, I've got my set to do. It's been 3 seconds.
I trained with her, and I was trying to keep up with weight, and this is fucked. Like, I haven't trained consistently in probably 6 months, and it's like the boys, it's like a laughing joke downstairs. Everyone's like, what are you training today, MIKKI? You training this week? Like, how many sessions have you done?
Doing some arms.
And I was like, fuck it, like Hattie Boydle's coming in and I'm gonna train with this bitch, because and so like I was like, I've got to keep up with her. I didn't give a fuck. The next day, the next few days, I was like, this is fucked. Like we did chest and upper body and stuff, and I was like not able to lift my arms above my head. I'm like, I don't care. I kept up with Hattie Boydle. So
yeah, fucking yeah. It'll be good. It'll be a good chat, because I feel like we haven't hit that space yet.
No, we haven't hit anyone that's done multiple preps.
Yeah,
and actually like.
But also just a fucking savage with like strength training as well. Like just strong as hell. Like everything. Just an absolute great athlete.
Trained with Bass.
That
stuff, but then also hard on the bodybuilding side.
Yeah,
all around.
She was prepped by Dean as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dean used to.
Nice. We've got to get Dean. Oh, are they coming back to Australia? What are they doing? No,
they're out. They're gone.
We don't want to do Zooms.
They're never coming back to Australia.
Yeah.
She's told me the other day she's never coming back.
Never coming back.
No. She's gone.
We'll
you got to fly over to. Yeah,
we do.
Fly over
we want to. That's something we want to do.
Well, that's our elopement. See, we're all just going to go over there, meet up with Dean and Liz. We're going to Croatia.
And Laura. Yep.
Yeah, and Laura. She's coming along. We're not booting someone off a holiday this time.
What we'll do is we'll go over, we'll have a holiday, and just like the comp, just chuck a wedding at the end, you know.
Yeah.
Fucking sneak that in there.
Chuck the wedding at the end.
Will wants to.
I'm just thinking, you know, those barbecues at the park.
Steel barbecue.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Cut some woolly snags, just tip and dump.
I can tell you now. So I've already done a little bit of like looking into locations or whatever, because everyone's already asking me.
Parks in Croatia?
No, just elopements and like what we're gonna do and stuff. Greece. And I found a place, and I was like, all right, it's about 18 grand for the whole
eloping wedding. Just
no, within Australia. Yeah. And that was like accommodation for family and stuff like that. And it was, you know, so I went out and I told, look at, he's already fucking shaking his head. And
I suggested Bunnings car park because they already have snags on hand. So
and it goes to charity as well.
Yeah, fucking
double
MIKKI like charity.
Set up some tables. If you run out of chairs, upstairs, man, you got plenty up there.
Camper chairs upstairs already.
Outdoor setting. Return it after you're done. Got the receipt, brother.
Tax deduction.
Claim that. Done.
Film it, and then it's a tax deduction.
That's his plan.
Yeah.
But we've already talked about like buggering off and doing something overseas, and we're like, if we're going to go with anyone, we're going to drag Jamie along and Laura, of course, meet up with Dean and Liz over there.
Right.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm right on.
Greece was actually on the. We did actually mention that. This place I want to go for sure.
Yeah, he wants to go to Greece and.
Want to go and do like a big music festival and just fucking.
Oh really? Just
cut shapes there.
Well, Australia.
Just
I remember,
mung out. Just
Australia
mung
just
out.
Doesn't. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Imagine Will in a crowd just.
Just swinging punches.
Will used to go to festivals a lot. Before we dated, he doesn't tell me about his past. Or
All good. Sorry.
He's fucking a Persian, bro.
Bit drunk.
Drunk on caffeine.
Yeah.
But he doesn't tell me about his pre us days, because he was like going to all the
Party boy.
festivals and party boy.
Did you get into it?
Yeah, fucking over.
Stereo Will.
Stereo, Future.
Muzzing out.
But did you get into it?
Yeah. Loved it.
Legit.
Good times. Good that's what I actually missed, because back then festivals we actually had half decent artists. We had international. Whereas now if you go to a festival, it's like, oh, fucking, you know, this bloke's from Melbourne's headlining, how sick, and
Phil Sharks.
That.
Peking duck, everything. Peking duck.
Peking duck.
Peking duck.
Yeah.
When we went to America, I remember like we were in Miami. It was like, oh, what's on tonight? And it was like
Diplo.
Yeah, like crazy artists. Oh, what's on tomorrow? Like more. And it's just like, fuck, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, when we were in Vegas as well, like the guys that have the what are they called? Where they stay in and they just Yeah, they're just residents.
Yeah, residencies.
Yeah, and they're just there every week.
You get paid millions for those.
Top
crazy.
line
Millions.
DJs.
Fisher got one this year at one of the clubs in Ibiza.
That's on the list.
Bro, everyone's got a residency
We
in
went-
Ibiza. Everyone.
Fisher.
Ibiza.
Ibiza, yeah, but I don't want to be that guy.
We'll be that guy. Come
I've
on.
been to Ibiza.
Yeah.
And like I soaked in all the culture.
Yeah.
Not really. I soaked in nothing.
Is it true that the drinks in those clubs are like
Bro, €15 for water. €15 for water. So I remember we were there. It was me,
it's like $25?
me, one of the
drink
boys,
seawater,
2
eh?
girls we knew from Melbourne. Went up. I'm like, yeah, we'll get fucking 4 vodka, this, that, whatever the fuck. And the girls like they like coming over. And I'm like, oh, actually, that's €90. And I'm like, get the fuck away from me. I'm not paying €90 for 4. Bro, are you serious?
That's crazy.
$150 for 4 Red Bull vodkas or whatever the fuck
Imagine
they
what
were.
they're
I'm like,
making a night.
sorry, Dales. I gotta fucking
I'm
sort out
here.
the boys. Yeah, I can't do that.
Prince.
We went to Mallorca.
Insane.
We were close.
That looks amazing.
We didn't jump the ditch, but
Yeah, we went to Mallorca instead because
Bit more chill.
wasn't really into the party scene. We stayed on a boat on a yacht.
yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was.
Our Airbnb was at some dude's boat.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
I was like, we're gonna have to do a just unique accommodations. So we started off in Madrid, and that's a whole new story because I was sitting.
Yeah, don't
I
worry.
won't tell that story, but off air. But so we started off in Madrid, then went to Alicante, then over to Mallorca, and stayed on a boat in Mallorca. Everywhere I was like, I have
When
to
you say
do
you
like
stayed on a boat, was it just docked?
It was
and,
some
Yes.
dude's houseboat. It was just docked, and then
and that was the Airbnb?
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
And the boat, so it was and it wasn't big either.
Yeah.
And so the two of us sleeping, like at the point, I don't know what it's called. You Navy guy, what's it called? The head of the boat or whatever.
front of the boat.
Yeah.
Technical terms here.
And
Starboard or something.
Starboards left and right. Get it.
this is ex-Navy
Amateur.
over here. Fuck.
front of the boat.
He was telling me when we were on the boat.
CROZIER in the Navy. Just
Yeah.
That's much different times. I wasn't walking around 120 kilos.
It was a pleb will. But yeah, so I was like, we have to do something different. So there was that, and then the toilets and stuff like that were all like, so you'd be waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning, you need to go to the toilet, you have to climb out of the fucking boat, climb across, and then sprint to the other end of the docks just to go to the toilet.
what?
Because they couldn't
What
do
did
it
you
off the
pay
edge.
for this Airbnb?
Oh, it was like $500 or something like that. It wasn't really expensive, but it was an
It
experience.
was an experience, yeah.
I slept in a boat. I'm
Yeah.
on a boat.
Yeah, fucking oath.
I slept on a boat
That's actually...
for a week. Fucking shit. Bro, it was fucking... Sail.
Croatia.
Nah, fucking tiki. I've got the one with aircon, and then we get on, they kicked us off the boat, and didn't have aircon.
What'd you do?
And
to
I
get
got
kicked off,
stuck.
though?
I got stuck with this bunch... What was that, sorry?
What did you do to get kicked off though?
Nothing. We just
Fuck
rocked
off.
up. No, I swear to God.
they
No,
put you on
'cause
the wrong boat.
It was the wrong boat.
Yeah.
So it's so funny because you can see when you get on Kentucky, you can see who you have on your list
Yeah.
and who you're going on with. And I saw the boat next to us. We're like, moor? Is that the technical term? Moored next to him? Docked? I don't know. Fuck.
Moored.
We pulled up next to him. We pulled up next to him like, they're all the people on our list. I asked them, hey, you got aircon? Like, yeah. I'm like, fuck, we don't. And I got stuck with a group of like 6 South African guys. Every night, they wanted to fight me. Every fucking night. These guys were in their 40s, like, oh, you think you're sick, cunt? Or whatever the fuck the accent is. And I'm like, man, I just want to have a fucking good time. And then
How old were you?
me,
That's
I was
Were you-
22. I
Were
was,
you peak fight? Like, were you
I
fighting
could punch
age?
on,
Yeah.
but I was, yeah,
Did you give
yeah,
him 5 seconds? You count down.
yeah, like 5, 4. No, I didn't. I just fucking, yeah, every fucking night. I just had to walk away. We got stuck with this cunts were like 40.
Yeah.
Probably because you didn't buy him any drinks.
Yeah,
Sounds
fuck
like
them.
sounds like a shit time.
Fuck those guys.
Sounds
I
like
remember
shit time.
partying in London.
London's the best.
London City, like in the middle. You're saying like drinks were so expensive in London. And me and my sister, because I was traveling around with her at the time, and then Will met me over in Spain. And I remember like really young, trying to be like, oh, like, hey, like trying to get drinks off people. Hold on, like,
I do the
hey.
same. Twirl my hair.
And it must have been you at the bar that didn't buy us the drinks.
Yeah.
Like, oh, 20
fuck
fucking
that.
pounds of drink or whatever. Fucking buy you bitches drinks.
Crazy.
But Yeah, that was good. That was good. I spent 6 months and I just kept extending onto my holiday over there. And then Will was just like, fuck you, you're coming back home now. Like, you just keep, because we have British passports, me and my sister.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we just kept going on and on and on and on
nice.
and on. And then Will was like, all right, that's it. Like, you're coming home now. It's
I can't do that. We can't do that because we've got Greek family. We're like second generation or whatever it is. We get conscripted. Is that the word?
If you go,
Yeah, so longer than 3 months,
you get put in the army.
put in the army. Could you imagine that? All reports I've had from Greek army is that you just go there and you just play table tennis and smoke darts. But that's what I've heard from everyone that's done it. So it wouldn't be the worst thing in the
No,
world.
do not, especially not in today's climate. No
Defense.
way. World War III.
Could you imagine?
World War III on the bloody horizon.
Boys.
No way. The only other, I got one more story, but we're only got about 5 minutes. But when we rocked up in, because I've got the stolen bike criminal record in America, and we rock up in LA, and I'm like, I reckon I'm in strife here, and you go through first the gate, and they put you to the right hand side. I go in, and they take me for how long? Probably like an hour.
I remember you freaking out on the plane. You're like, bro, I'm gonna get dragged in. I'm like, you stole a bike, bro. Like, it's not like you murdered somebody. We're not coming back with like a criminal
You
record.
missed the flight because of that
But
as
then,
well.
but then you're like peeking, and I'm like, nah, you'll be fine, surely. And then, we get through, check in, the black suits come up. Yeah, come with us, boy.
and I couldn't speak to Will. I couldn't be like, oh, we're going.
Yeah,
and I'm
I'm
like, can I just
downstairs.
please go and tell my friend that I'm going to be here for like an hour? And they're like, no.
You're
So
a
Will was
fucking
just
criminal.
waiting.
You're a threat.
Yeah. Will's just waiting out in the airport. We missed that connecting flight. He can't contact me.
They
They've got
wouldn't
my
tell me.
phone.
They wouldn't tell me. I'm like, hey, my mate just went there. Can I go back up and just check in? Nah, not allowed up there. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You can tell me like how long he's gonna be. Nah. Okay, cool. Well, can you tell me like where he's gonna come out so I can wait at like the door or what? Nah. I'm like, just
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
security, man. I was like,
Criminal.
what
And
about
then
terrorists,
I
bro?
sat there for an hour, and then I go up and like, oh, what did you do? They're like, oh, I stole a bike when I was here last time. And like, why'd you do it? I was like, drunk and dumb decision. He's like, all right. Stamp, see ya. I was like, that was literally it.
You
That
gonna
was
do
the
it
whole-
again?
Yeah, that was the whole process. I was like, fuck this. We missed connecting flight. We fucking,
You're a
absolute
bad
pain in the
boy.
But you
ass.
had Vince Vaughn on your flight, didn't
We
you?
did. We had Vince Vaughn on one of them. He
I think.
he was one of the flights.
Did
But,
you tell him you were the people's champ?
He came up for my autograph.
yeah, he's actually huge. He's like 6'6". He's a big boy. But we're gonna have to wrap it up because we've got Jared coming in 5 minutes. Before we finish it though, I know you guys have you've started launching mentorships and also the gym here. Do you want to just quickly explain how all that's
Plug.
looking?
The
And
last
Plug away.
six months have been massive for us. So we're launching our second mentorship. The first one sold out. This one's well on the way to selling out. We've upgraded it, so I'm pretty confident.
that's online.
Online,
Yep.
full online, powerlifting focused.
Yep.
If you want to be better at powerlifting coaching, fucking hit us up.
Yep.
And
then
the
the gym.
gym is in Burleigh Head. So if you're around the area and you want to level up your training, you're sick of doing your group classes,
Yep.
come hit us up.
Yeah,
Make
100%.
Make you fucking.
It's a decked out gym. It's going to be one of the best gyms for show. If not, it already is.
The
It's
best.
yeah.
Know.
But that was
train.
That was good fun. Obviously, we'll have all the links and stuff down in the bio. If you can give us 5 stars, that will help us out a lot. And we're all done. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Oh wait, one more question. Have you guys seen Uncut Gems? Never seen it?
No, what?
Never seen it?
The movie? Or
Adam
you-
Sandler with the opals, like the
Plays
big
a serious
opal?
role.
Nah.
Nah, never seen it.
All right.
Don't watch it.
Watch it.